Hey guys, Z here and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at a pair of studio headphones. So these are a pair of budget studio headphones that Gearbest was nice enough to send out to me to review. So if you guys are interested in purchasing these, I will have links in the description below. Right off the bat, these headphones do sound very good for the price. The build quality is also relatively decent and they look pretty good too as well. So these are not your average pair of headphones. They're not really meant for jogging, going to the gym, or just being active with. Obviously you could use them for that, but they're not really meant for that. I'm not saying you can't use them for that, but you would look really awkward wearing these in the gym. So these headphones are more for using with your PC or in a studio or maybe even your office. Really anywhere that you're in a stationary position. So these are semi-open back on-ear headphones. So essentially what you get with this open back style of headphones is you get a more airy type of sound signature, and also you're able to hear the ambient noise around you. So I guess in short, these would be great for using with your PC or a Mac if you're a Mac type of person. So remember, these are semi-open back, so if you need to know what's happening around you, these are perfect for that. So the noise isolation on these is very minimal because they're open back, and also because of that, they do leak a lot of sound. So definitely not recommended if you were in a public place with people around you. Let's talk about the build quality. So on the headphone, you have this metal wire frame, and as you can see in middle of this wire metal frame, you have these two cushions. And basically what these cushions do is spring down onto your head, so essentially they're height adjusters. So this is a new concept design for me. I've never actually used this type of style height adjuster before, but they actually do a pretty decent job. Now besides for the metal frame on these headphones, everything is pretty much made out of plastic. So these bone shapes on the sides of the headphones are made out of plastic, the ear cups are made out of plastic, and also these vents over here that you see are also made out of plastic. At this price point of $28, I would say though that the build quality is on par with the price. So now moving down to the cups, as you can see, these are huge. And the pads that cover these cups are made out of faux leather. They have a significant amount of cushion inside of it, and for the most part I find them to be comfortable. Now with that said, I did read that some people find these pads a little bit uncomfortable, so they end up getting third-party pads off AliExpress. I'll post some links to a few in case you guys were interested in checking those out. One thing I did want to mention though of these faux pads that ship out with these headphones is they have this funky smell to them, like a funky nylon smell. I don't know if you guys ever bought a new coat before. It has that nylon type of smell.
Look at this! It smells like the forest. Smell it! No, thank you.
It's not an overpowering smell, I just figured I'd mention it. Now at the bottom of the left ear cup you have this dangling 3.5mm male plug. I'm not really sure why they did this with the design. I do feel like this is a potential break point with these headphones. I strongly believe they should have put a female jack on these headphones instead of the dangling male cable. And actually this is one of my biggest beefs with these headphones. Now even though this male cable is thickly reinforced, it still feels like it's going to be the first thing to go with these headphones. And then let's talk about repairability for a second. So actually yesterday I repaired a pair of headphones that I owned for 8 years. The Sennheiser HD202s. I actually gave them to my dad. I completely forgot about them. But anyway, the left earphone stopped working and I was able to open them up, resolder the wires, and close them up within an hour. Now with these Superlux headphones, I'm not really sure how to open these up or if you could open them up without breaking them. So basically if these ever do break, or sorry, when they do break, I won't really know how to open them up and fix them without breaking them further. Now for the driver size in these headphones, it is 50mm and they can be seen if you take off these faux leather pads. Overall, these have a decent build quality. The only thing I am worried about though is the dangling cable here that you see. Now even though that these do ship out with a cable clip that clamp onto both cables, which doesn't really do much besides for the fact that it holds these two cables together, which is kind of counterproductive to what I was speaking about before, about putting too much tension on this dangling cable. But anyway, let's now move on to the sound quality. So for the sound on these headphones, it is pretty good. You have a good amount of bass, you have clear sound, so clear highs and mids, and a very good and airy soundstage as well. And I think this can be attributed to the fact that these are semi-open back headphones. Now for the sound presentation, it does feel like it's more laid back than it is forward. And when I say laid back, I do mean that the sound feels like it's a little bit further away from the ears, so it's not as overwhelming to listen to as opposed to a pair that's in your face type of sound. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. So overall the sound on these headphones is pretty good. Now I went ahead and compared these Lux headphones to the Sennheiser HD202s, and the sound signature on both of these headphones is pretty similar for the most part. Though there are differences, one of them being that the soundstage on the Superlux headphones is better, it's more airy sounding and it is wider. And I'm pretty certain this is because of the semi-open backs as opposed to the Sennheiser closed backs. And also the sound presentation is more forward on the Sennheisers as opposed to the Superlux headphones, which are laid back. Other than that though, I didn't really notice a difference other than obviously the comfort, which I do find these Sennheisers to be a little bit more comfortable. I find that these Superlux HD668bs are just a little bit too tight around my head. I do feel it in the jaw if wearing these longer than 30 minutes at a time. I also went ahead and compared these to my Sony MDR ZX600s, and there's no comparison there. The Sony MDRs are just way more muddier sounding than these HD668bs. That's not to say though that my Sony MDRs are bad sounding. They just have a more muddier sound signature. One last thing I wanted to mention about these headphones before finishing this video is there is no inline microphone or remote, so you won't be able to control the volume on the cable. But as I said before, these aren't a pair of headphones that you would be using in the gym or if you decided to go out for a jog. Obviously, again, you could use them for that, but they're all gonna laugh at you. I won't, but the other guys out there might. So to conclude this review, if you were in the market for a pair of studio headphones and you were looking for a basic pair, something that you could afford, these would basically be it. These are a great sounding pair of headphones for the price. But again, I'm not too sure about the repairability on these. Other than that though, as I said before, these are a great pair of headphones for the price. So guys, that's going to be it for this review on the Superlux HD668bs. Hopefully you did find this review helpful. If you did, please do leave a like. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. For now, thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll catch you on the flip side.